Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to tell you a story. Not a loud story. Not a dramatic one. But a quiet story. The kind that slowly sits with you, the kind that feels simple at first, and then somehow follows you long after the video ends. This is a story about the mind, about noise, about pressure, and about what happens when you finally learn how to calm the storm inside you. There was a time when my mind never rested. Even when my body was tired, my thoughts kept running. When I woke up, my mind was already exhausted. Before the day even began, I was already behind, already worried, already tense. Every small thing felt heavy. Every delay felt like failure. Every silence felt uncomfortable. I smiled on the outside, but inside, my thoughts were loud, messy, and endless. I remember sitting in a quiet room once. No phone. No music. No distractions. Just me and my thoughts. And instead of feeling peaceful, I felt panic. My mind filled the silence with worries about the future, regrets about the past, and pressure about who I should become. That's when I realized something important. The problem wasn't the world. The problem was that my mind had forgotten how to be calm. We live in a world that never stops talking to us. Notifications, expectations, comparisons, deadlines, opinions. From the moment we wake up, something is demanding our attention. Be faster. Be better. Be more. And slowly, without realizing it, we accept this noise as normal. We think a restless mind is just part of life. We think stress is proof that we are working hard. We think anxiety is the price of ambition. But what if that isn't true? I once met an old man at a small roadside tea stall. He didn't look special. He wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. But there was something about him that felt rare. He was calm. Not forced calm. Not pretending. Real calm. The kind that feels steady, grounded, unshaken. While everyone else around was rushing, complaining, scrolling. He sat there, slowly sipping his tea, fully present. I asked him a simple question. How are you always so peaceful? He smiled and said something I'll never forget. He said, because I stopped fighting my mind. I learned how to sit with it. That sentence confused me at first. Sit with my mind? My mind felt like the enemy. It criticized me, scared me, rushed me. Why would I want to sit with it? He explained that most people don't suffer because of their problems. They suffer because their minds never stop reacting to those problems. A calm mind doesn't mean a life without challenges. It means a life where challenges don't control your inner state. That conversation stayed with me. And over time, I started noticing how much of my pain came from overthinking. I wasn't tired because I worked too hard. I was tired because my mind never rested. I replayed conversations that were already over. I imagined problems that hadn't happened yet. I judged myself harshly for things no one else noticed. My mind was always somewhere else. Rarely here. Rarely now. So I decided to try something different. Not to escape my thoughts. Not to silence them. But to understand them. The first thing I learned was this: your mind is not your enemy. It's a tool. And like any tool, if you don't know how to use it, it can hurt you. A knife can prepare food or cause injury. Fire can warm you or burn you. The mind is the same. Most of us were never taught how to handle our thoughts. We were taught math, science, history, but no one taught us how to calm our inner world. So when stress came, we panicked. When fear appeared, we tried to distract ourselves. When sadness arrived, we pushed it away. But emotions don't disappear when ignored. They get louder. I started with something very simple. I started noticing my breath. Not to control it. Just to notice it. In the morning, before touching my phone, I sat quietly for a few minutes and focused on breathing in and out. At first, my mind hated it. Thoughts jumped everywhere. Lists, worries, random memories. But instead of fighting them, I let them pass. That was the second lesson. You don't need to follow every thought your mind creates. A thought is not a command. It's just a suggestion. Just because your mind says you're not good enough doesn't mean it's true. Just because it says something bad will happen doesn't mean it will. The mind talks a lot. Wisdom comes from listening without reacting. As days passed, something shifted. Not dramatically. Not overnight. But subtly. I became less reactive. When something went wrong, I noticed the tension before it took over. When someone criticized me, I felt the emotion without drowning in it. I started creating a small gap between what happened and how I responded. That gap changed everything. Because in that gap, there is choice. Most people live on autopilot. Something happens, and they react instantly. Anger, fear, frustration. No pause. No awareness. A calm mind doesn't mean you don't feel emotions. It means emotions don't hijack you. I realized how much energy I wasted resisting reality. I kept thinking life should be easier, people should be nicer, situations should be fairer. But reality doesn't care about what we think should happen. It just happens. Peace comes when you stop arguing with what is. Another thing I learned was the power of slowing down. We rush through life as if we're late for something important. Even when there's nowhere to go, we rush. We eat fast. We walk fast. We scroll fast. But a rushed mind can never be calm. So I began doing ordinary things slowly. Drinking water. Walking. Listening. Even speaking. At first, it felt strange. Like I was falling behind. But then I noticed something beautiful. When you slow down, you start noticing life again. The way light enters a room. The sound of birds. The feeling of air on your skin. Calmness is not empty. It's full of awareness. I also had to face an uncomfortable truth. Part of my restless mind came from trying to control everything. I wanted certainty. I wanted guarantees. I wanted to know how everything would turn out. But life doesn't work that way. The need for control creates constant anxiety. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting yourself to handle whatever comes. The old man once told me, a calm river flows around rocks. It doesn't stop because of them. That became my reminder. Problems are rocks. They don't disappear. But they don't have to stop your inner flow. I stopped chasing happiness like a destination. I stopped telling myself I'd be calm once I achieved something, once I had more money, once people approved of me. Calmness isn't a reward. It's a practice. Some days, my mind is peaceful. Other days, it's noisy again. And that's okay. Calmness isn't about perfection. It's about returning. Again and again. Returning to breath. Returning to awareness. Returning to the present moment. I learned to be kinder to myself. I stopped calling myself weak for feeling overwhelmed. I stopped comparing my pace to others. Everyone is fighting a battle you can't see. Everyone is learning as they go. A calm mind doesn't judge itself constantly. It observes. It understands. It forgives. One evening, I sat alone and realized something profound. Silence no longer scared me. For the first time, being alone with my thoughts felt safe. My mind wasn't empty. It was clear. There's a difference. An empty room feels lifeless. A clean room feels peaceful. That's what calmness is. Not emptiness. Clarity. Life didn't suddenly become easy. Challenges still came. Loss still hurt. Failure still disappointed me. But I no longer collapsed under the weight of my own thoughts. I faced life with steadiness instead of panic. And here's the most important lesson of all. You don't need to change your entire life to calm your mind. You need to change how you relate to your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. When you understand that, everything changes. So if your mind feels heavy right now, if your thoughts feel overwhelming, if you feel tired even when you rest, know this. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. Your mind is just asking for attention, not distraction. Start small. Breathe. Slow down. Observe. Let go of the need to control everything. Be present for this moment, because this moment is the only place where peace exists. A calm mind is not built by escaping life. It's built by meeting life with awareness. And if you remember nothing else from this story, remember this. No matter how loud the world gets, you can always return to your breath, to your awareness, to your inner stillness. That place is always available to you. Thank you for listening to this story. If it helped you even a little, let it sit with you. Let it change you quietly. And until next time, take a deep breath, slow down, and be gentle with your mind.